Let's talk about the Saturday night games. We're going to start with the Chiefs at the Broncos. Now, there's no in the playoff implications. Obviously, the Broncos are completely out. The Chiefs are in. The seeding is there. Dion, I will start with you. You know, early in the season, we talked about the Chiefs not looking like the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes not looking like himself. It seems like they've come back to full circle. What are you thinking about this game?
I love the Chiefs. I love what they're doing. Defensively, I still think they got to tighten it up a little bit, especially in the secondary where they're hot garbage on the corners right now. And the corners got to step it up and play better football. But I'm going to pick the Chiefs all the way through. I think they're going to go and represent the AFC in the championship game. That's who I'm riding with.
Yeah, they do get the number 1 seed with this win and a Titans loss, Dan. And then obviously, you know, the Broncos starting Drew Lock, I mean, they're completely out of it, so they've got nothing to play for.
Yeah, I'd still think Vic Fangio is probably the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. I don't know about a head coach. I don't know whether they'll get rid of him or not. The Chiefs, to me, like, they would be the team to beat in the AFC if you had to list, you know, number 1, right? The thing that scares me, though, is what happened on Sunday. And, Dion, I don't know if this is way off, but I always think when you get in a shootout, it becomes a coin flip game. When you get in a game where it's like back and forth, whoever has the ball last, like, so the Chiefs might be better than the Bengals, but if the Bengals make the Chiefs play in a shootout like they did,
that's right.
It kind of lessens the ability for you to control the tempo and control your game and have your game flow work. So that would be what scares me about the Chiefs in the playoffs. If they get in a shootout, not to say they can't win a shootout, they clearly can, but it's a lot more of a coin flip when you're in that type of shootout.
I don't think they would assume they would be in a shootout versus the Bengals. I'm pretty sure if they had to do that all over, they would double Mr. Jamar Chase because it don't make no sense to let one guy kill you like that when you could just take him out of the game with 2 guys.
Yeah.
Jerry, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is an easy game. Broncos that got nothing to play for. Drew Lock is just bad. He's just a bad guy, bad quarterback. I think the Chiefs will blow him out, probably by 2 touchdowns at least.
Oh.
I think the Chiefs will blow him out.
I have to tell you, I'm sad that you don't have your notebook today.
Yeah, no notebook, but let's forget about the notes. You look great today.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow.
No, Kate. No, you can't tell a woman they look great today.
Oh, thank you, Dion.
Because they think you look great.
I didn't mean
I
it.
know.
You can't say that. You look great today.
You know that. I give you hugs and stuff.
I'm just giving you a hint on how
You're
you
right,
can't
Dan. You're
tell
right.
a woman
Actually,
that.
you look amazing. I should have just left it at
But
that.
There you go.
But I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate the compliment, Jerry. That makes me feel very good. So Chiefs across the board.
Is he bothering you?
No.
Okay.
No.
I can help if he is.
No. I
He's
love.
bothering me. He's bothering me. That's what he's
No, I
bothering.
love Jerry and the Jersey Jerry Army. They
Yes,
like
for
me
sure.
too. I think.
Yes, they do.
Hopefully,
They love
because
you.
they are very strong. Well, thank you. But if he does start to bother me,
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before we move on. Before we move on from this game, we've talked a lot about Teddy Bridgewater, Dion, throughout this season. Do you think that the Broncos bring him back next year?
Yeah, they should. I mean, he's the hope that when he was behind the center, they had a chance. I don't pick him strictly because Bridgewater's not there. He gives you a chance. He's the best middle of the road quarterback in the NFL. And Dan know where I'm going. When I say stuff like that, he usually attacks me because he don't understand what I'm saying. But he's one of the best.
No, he's a great backup.
No, he's not a backup.
I think at this point in his career, he's had a great
No.
career. If you're trying to win a Super Bowl, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater's the guy. I think he is the guy.
He's not the guy that's going to lose it for you.
Defense.
He's not going to lose it for you.
But with today's NFL, you need a guy who can make a few throws. This is what, going full circle, if you look at the entire playoff field, there's a couple guys there like Carson Wentz, like Matthew Stafford, that I'm very nervous about because they will make mistakes. But at least if you have a guy who can make mistakes, he's also going to make some big-time throws. You need that, right? You need
Teddy doesn't
throws.
really make mistakes.
Right, but he doesn't make the big-time throws either. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
And your guy from Cleveland don't either, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will definitely get to that later. Let's go to the Cowboys at the Eagles. Now, Dan, obviously last week you placed a big future on the Cowboys to win the NFC. They lost. So you think it's completely dumb now? I mean,
Look, I think they can still win a playoff game. Their inconsistency drives me nuts. They have so many good players, and that offense, like playing against the Cardinals, they felt like they were in 3rd and long every single time. They can't do the little things well to the point where it's like you got to be able to, like, not to bring it back to like a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, who are obviously the two best quarterbacks in the NFL outside of Patrick Mahomes. But like what Tom Brady does and what Aaron Rodgers does is they take what's given to them instead of trying to make the big plays all the time. And like what the Cowboys struggle with, especially because they haven't been able to run the ball very well, is getting in those 3rd and 2s or 2nd and 4s, and that you can't consistently move the ball down the field if you're always in 3rd and long.
Dion, you agree with that?
Yes, I do. Cowboys are very unpredictable, but just when you give up on them, they come out and have a dominant game. Like this week, everybody's upset with them. Watch they come out and have a dominant game unless there's tremendously inclement weather, and I need to go to Glenny Balls for that. Like, what's the forecast there, Glenny?
Glenny, we need the weather.
It's actually going to be really, really cold in Philadelphia this weekend. It's going to be, this is a night game, so it's going to be actually in the 20s possibly. Not much wind,
Wow.
but it's going to be freezing. It's going to be really cold.
But you could take away 7 points from the Cowboys, Dan. They'll still win, but by 7.
And I mean, the seeding is really what matters for both of these teams, too. Do you think the Eagles could potentially sit some of their guys?
Yeah, what can the Eagles do? Where can they go up? They
I think
can't.
they're either the 6 or 7.
Yeah, so I don't see them trying to, like, if Jalen Hurts has been injured at points this year, I don't think that they would go full out effort here. Whereas the Cowboys, they have their seed locked in, but they also are coming off a loss, so they probably want to win this a little bit more.
They got to win. They got to win.
Yeah.
Right.
They're likely the 4 seed, but they could go as high as the 2 seed with other things that happen in the league. So
Right, they can't go lower than the 4, though. So
Right.
I would take the Cowboys in this game, just knowing that the Eagles, I really like what the Eagles have done. I think Nick Sirianni is definitely in the conversation for Coach of the Year, but they don't have anything to play for, so it'd be kind of stupid, especially without a bye, to put everyone out there.
Jerry?
Yeah, I'm going to go opposite here. I'm going to go, division game, Eagles at home. I just think they just find a way to win the game. I think the Cowboys, like Dan said, very, very inconsistent. I think Gallup's done. He's not going to play this game. And the Cowboys, they have been having a hard time running the football. I just think this game is going to be like one of those field goal games, and I'm down to take a shot on the Eagles here. I think the Cowboys could lose back-to-back.
Okay, and one of the big moments that went viral last week was the Jalen Hurts situation with the Washington football team stadium falling. He did release a long statement saying he's looking forward to hearing from the Washington football team about it. That video is so crazy because when you look at how close it was to those fans hitting him in the head, it's like fucking dangerous.
Yeah, or the knee.
No, that was bad.
Very bad.
It was very, very bad. But I mean, Dion, the fact that he like stopped and like was helping the fans up, like you've always been saying Jalen Hurts is a nice guy. Like I would have.
He's a great guy.
I would have been out of there in that moment. Completely.
Yeah, he's
out
a
of
great
there.
guy. I'm pretty sure those fans are suing as well.
As they should. How do stadiums just fall apart like that? It's crazy.